Welcome everyone viewing across the globe to our Nearmap Navigate session designed to share insight about how property and casualty insurer ecosystem is leveraging Nearmap location intelligence. Insurers gain an understanding of the truth on the ground of their property portfolio to efficiently evaluate property risk, enabling smarter coverage selection, conduct virtual assessments, and empower better pricing, quoting, and underwriting decisions. From high-resolution, frequently captured, current, and consistent aerial imagery to advanced AI-based location intelligence to post-event data following a catastrophe, all from Nearmap. The right up-to-date property intelligence can provide insurers the full spectrum of data needed throughout the insurance property lifecycle. For example, commercial and residential insurers can leverage accurate visual insights to pre-fill property data for a faster, more efficient process for both the customer and the insurer. Another example, when the insurance system flags an application for further review, the underwriting team can leverage a full historical view of the high-resolution imagery along with parcel-based AI to decide whether to approve the quote or schedule a deeper dive review. Also, regularly updated imagery and an expanding library of AI attributes flag any changes to the property that might have occurred during the term of the policy. This insight helps insurers prioritize renewal inspections and more seamlessly handle claims. By taking a proactive and preventative approach, insurers can identify where changes have occurred. All of these examples are powered by Nearmap. And now we add assessments and scores for those insurers that are looking to further that intelligence into outcomes on roof conditions for residential and commercial properties, to assess fire vulnerability for the likelihood of damage if a fire occurs, to leverage deep learning AI models to identify property changes and damage classification for post-catastrophe. Adding these insights into the digital toolkit empowers insurers, brokers, reinsurers, MGAs to drive innovation and create new business models reliant on the most up-to-date ground intelligence across all areas of the business with an ultimately enhanced customer experience outcome. We thank you in advance for being part of Nearmap Navigate and choosing this session. We sincerely hope to provide you with insight to enable your own visualization of a journey leveraging Nearmap to become your intelligence. Now, let's get started with Bryan, Senior Vice President, Head of Catastrophe Analytics at Arch Insurance. Thank you for joining us, Bryan.
Thank you so much for having me, Elizabeth. Hi, everybody. My name is Bryan Adams. I head up our Catastrophe Analytics group here at Arch. And so with that, we have a team of diverse talents, everything from GIS experts to catastrophe modelers and everything in between. Arch Insurance is a commercial insurer writing in a number of different regions throughout the US and actually even globally. And so we really want to rely on technology and analytics to help drive our underwriting performance, be able to evaluate risks and respond to events. And so Nearmap helps us do that through its robust imagery and data analytics.
Thank you, Bryan. So how has the data and information derived from imagery helped improve underwriting operations at Arch Insurance?
Within Arch, our underwriting process had historically been very much based in Excel spreadsheets. And so, when you think about where data lives and how it lives, you don't get the context of what the property may look like, the condition, the location, how it's changed over time. And so having access to aerial imagery and high-resolution aerial imagery has allowed us to get out of the spreadsheet and really focus on what is the risk that we're underwriting. And I think it goes in to say, the age-old adage of a picture's worth 1,000 words, and we think it's actually worth more than 1,000 words. We actually really rely on it to look back at the time series of information, and again, how it's changed and what it is and what the condition of the roof may look like, or the building, the landscaping, or how close it may be to the coast. And so we're able to look at that all in real time and make more informed underwriting decisions. And I think that's very, very powerful. The second thing that we've done is that we have integrated it fully into our platform as well. And so what that means is that we don't need to go out to a secondary system and look at locations. We have it right when the underwriters look at it. They're able to look at all that information quickly and easily and on every single building that we underwrite. And then last is really an event response. We utilize the data post-event to be able to look at damaged locations and understand how impacted any particular insured may be. So getting that information 24, 48 hours after an event is truly game-changing. We're able to understand the impact without relying on a week or 2-week process of having adjusters go out to the site. So it's really helped us to be able to really understand the risk and get information quicker and easier and more seamless along the way.
Thank you, Bryan. Those are excellent examples. Now, last question for you. How do you anticipate location intelligence will continue to transform the industry?
Yeah, I think it's really about the industry will change over time. I think it's, again, having access to better information at the time of underwriting and post-event. And so more frequent, higher resolution, we talk about the vertical and the oblique imagery is really about understanding that. So I think aerial imagery is going to give us a key and highlight a lot of the buildings and the insured risk that's out there in a more frequent and higher resolution. And I think that's really important for the industry. I think it's important for claims response and underwriting. And I think it's really a game changer when we think about how to underwrite.
Bryan, thank you. We sincerely appreciate you joining us today. Now, over to Matt Taylor, our product solution manager for Nearmap.
Thank you, Elizabeth. So insurers more accurately model risk and effectively quote new business when they utilize the advances in imagery capture technology and machine learning from Nearmap. So with Nearmap's proprietary nationwide database of recent, highly accurate imagery captures, Nearmap AI is able to extract and pull and digitize features in a way that's never been possible at such a large scale. So originally, when we talk about digitizing features, the only way to do that originally was to go on site and actually physically visit a site, to go to a property, whether it's commercial or residential property, and record the things that we're seeing there, whether that was a form or some other method, go back to the office and digitize it. Well, then came along aerial imagery that empowers humans to actually just remotely look at that imagery and be able to fill out that same information, but doing it manually through looking at that imagery. So what Nearmap AI does is it automates this process to digitize things that a human could see in imagery, and it gives us the power to combine ground truth and feature data with a robust history of losses to give rise to a cutting edge level of risk modeling that's never been possible before. So some of the areas that you can look to digitize features with Nearmap AI include vegetation. There's various different categories of vegetation, from low vegetation, medium vegetation, high vegetation, whether vegetation is over a roof, etc. Other areas are residential and commercial building footprints. So the actual footprint in space where that building is and where on the lot it sits. Additional areas are roof material characteristics and conditions. You can look at surface materials and whether that surface is permeable. In addition, you can look at many common objects like pools, poles, solar panels, chimneys, even junk and debris. So how has Nearmap AI been leveraged in actual real world use cases? Well, one example is the Marshall Fire that started in December 30th. Initially, it was a grass fire that ignited in Boulder County, Colorado. What happened is it led to tens of thousands of people being evacuated. Wind conditions were up to 115 miles per hour. 2 individuals lost their lives and over 1,000 structures were burned. A major U.S. carrier worked with Nearmap to look for trends and that caused the fire, trends that led to the spread of the fire and the eventual loss of life and property. Utilizing a combination of pre-event digitized features and post-event imagery, Nearmap and this carrier found that 49% of the homes destroyed had roof overhang of vegetation. Another 84% had medium or high vegetation on the property. With this data, the insurer was able to reach out to existing customers to lower their fire risk and improve their underwriting process. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoy the rest of your conference and have a great day.
Thank you, Matt. Now, Kevin Tolp, our solution engineer from Nearmap, presents the next story.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Hello, navigators. I'm Kevin Tolp. I'm a senior solutions engineer on my favorite vertical, the insurance vertical. I am going to be talking on a very specific use case from an existing client. This is also a use case that you can leverage in your own systems. So the story is about a top 10 carrier here in the United States, and it is a swimming pool story. The original name for the project was COVID Pools, and I'm going to hop into the details about what happened here. So we leveraged Nearmap's AI API. We did two different API calls. One that was before or right around 2019 or before, and the other one was in 2021. So the 3 years gap, 2 to 3 year gap, according to where the property was. At first, we just did this for the state of California. It was so successful that we did it for the rest of the United States for their entire book of business. And now I'm going to hop into some of those numbers. So for California, we found out of their around 800,000 properties, we found 90,000 pools that had been built during that time span of 2 to 3 years. That accounted for 11% of their entire book of business in California. And if you factored in $50 per pool on a premium upcharge, that was around $4.5 million on return on investment they got just in the state of California. Like I said, they were really excited about how it went. We expanded it to the national set. That national set was right around 1 million individual homes. We found 80,000 pools this time. That accounted for a little less than 9% of their total book of business. Once again, we're talking millions on the return. This was $4 million back on the return on investment for them. Now, these two exercises were not only for us were we really proud of the results, but for them too. Now this is expanded to several of our other AI packs, some of those including trampolines, solar panels that are both on the house and or on the ground, and then unmaintained swimming pools for a different one. As I said, we leveraged just using our AI feature API, doing two different calls and having a query by the individual date. This is a really simple exercise to execute, and let us know if you're interested in learning more about this. I hope you have a lovely conference and enjoy the rest of your day or evening wherever you're at.
Thank you, Kevin. Great story. And now over to Noel Bunol, Executive Vice President of Gulf States Insurance. Noel, welcome.
All right. Thank you, Elizabeth, and really appreciate you for allowing myself and Gulf States to share our experiences that we have with you guys at Nearmap and talk a little bit about how we use your product. Gulf States Insurance Company we're a regional homeowners insurance carrier. We write business in the Gulf region. We're all local. We all live here. Our underwriters, our claims folks, our management team, and most of our ownership lives in the region we write in. So we really like to pride ourselves on being local. We write homeowners insurance. So do lots and lots of other insurance companies. So one thing we like to do to differentiate ourselves against the market is customer service. We all write in the same policy. We all charge premium, but we can really differentiate with customer service. Writing in the hurricane-prone areas like we do at Gulf States, it's important that we utilize technology to improve customer service, especially when a customer needs us the most. When a hurricane hits our region and really affects our insureds and damages their homes, that's when it's time for us to kick up kick it up a notch, and really deliver on our promise. And how do we do that? We partner with vendors that help us provide the best customer service to our insureds. Nearmap allows us to do things post-event. A hurricane sweeps through our area. 48 hours later, you guys provide us with images after the hurricane, and the claims calls are coming in. So we have situations where insureds call in their claim. We go right to Nearmap. We're able to visually look at the image of the property. We're able to look at neighborhoods. After a hurricane, it's like a war zone. We can't get in there with vehicles right away, but this imagery from above allows us to see what neighborhoods look like, how hard they were affected, or power lines down. Just really give us an idea of what's going on in the area. When the claims are coming in, our claims representatives take in the first notice of loss, look at the Nearmap image, and they can quickly see, is this going to be a large loss, or are there just a couple of shingles missing from the home? Situation that I used many times last year with Hurricane Ida, where our insureds had heavy destruction. The Nearmap image may have shown a tree through the middle of the home. Right away, I know that's a large loss. Two things need to happen. I've got to be able to get emergency funds to that customer right away, which we direct deposit those funds in the account. Once we verify there's damages, the Nearmap image allows us to verify those damages right away. Where the old-fashioned way, I would tell the customer an adjuster will be out there in a couple of weeks. If the damage warrants emergency funds, we can give you those emergency funds. But now with the real-time image, we're able to get money to our insureds that need help the most right away. In addition to that, there's not many experienced adjusters out there. There's a lot of adjusters, but not experienced adjusters. So it allows us to handle the worst claims first with a very experienced adjuster. And we can give these losses that have an image with devastational damage, we give those to the experienced adjusters and partner them up with the right insured. So thank you guys so much for having me here today. Can't say how much I cherish the relationship that Gulf States shares with the Nearmap family, and we look forward to working with you in the future and really appreciate having the ability to utilize your technology to give our customers excellent service. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Noel. Appreciate all the kind words of the impact of Nearmap to you and Gulf States operations. Now, thank you everyone for joining this session. Enjoy the rest of Nearmap's Navigate.